So you're in the sub. You've begun your descent. And for a long time, the water is incredibly murky. So y'all have a couple minutes to talk amongst yourselves.
Yoshi has a little book of haikus that he takes out, and he offers to read some to people if it will help ease their nerves.
There's an annoying 3 different tones, just beep, coming from his helmet.
Meanwhile, Dash is disrobing to a comfort level that can fit into a a rigger pod. So she's probably, because it's January, was wearing like a heavier coat, and then maybe like a Henley. Actually, I said she was wearing jeans. If it's Seattle, she's wearing leggings under those jeans. Let's be real. So she probably takes the jeans and most of the top layers off until she's just kind of comfortable enough. Because I think you get hot when you're trying to drive a damn sub. Before I, pass the what's up with the cat?
It's my cat. I mean...
What happened to your friend? Your brother, excuse me.
He's gone.
And now you have a cat?
You have robots.
Yeah, I know, but...
Do you want me to remove the cat?
Not at all. I want you to explain why it's bring a pet to work today.
He's adorable. Look at him.
Oh, can I pet
He
him?
is very cute.
Can I pet him?
Yeah.
I pet him.
He's a tech cat?
Okay, hold him.
Yeah.
Hold him.
Yoshi is a little jealous. But he says
The whole
nothing.
time, like, mentally between you, just do it, man.
Just take this one from me.
Oh,
Take this
what a
from me.
cute cat.
He's the best cat I could ever ask for.
How long have you had him?
God, it's been years.
Yeah? You like cats?
Yeah.
During this awkward, touching moment, he takes his robe off and reveals his terrifying armor and knife belts.
Why?
Which part?
Let's just say everything.
I set Mal down on the control panel and I let him walk around on it.
Fond memories.
Alright.
Why is there always one creepy knives on every run?
Because knives are wonderful weapons that never run out of ammo.
She does have a face that's like, oh shit. They don't. I wasted all my money on ammo for years, and for what? Alright, buckle up, kids. We're getting to move on. Let's get wet. Get set to get wet, bitch.
Alright.
Moonless night, a powerful wind embraces the ancient cedars.
In very broken Japanese, his name is beautiful.
He will, he'll ask you in Japanese, or say to you in Japanese, thank you.
He's the one who talks to the yaks. So he knows a little bit of Japanese.
Do you have any knowledge of what the Yakuza will know?
No. He doesn't actually have, like, knowledge Yakuza. He just speaks Japanese.
Okay.
I'd imagine at some point he puts his helmet on and turns on the radio, and you hear music that does not belong in a submarine filled with train killers. Just crazy pop music that sounds way too happy to be in this submarine.
Is it Crystal
Crystal.
Rocks?
Yes. It is, because he bought her album. He bought her whole album because it's her farewell album.
Hold on,
So-
stop. Dash let a couple songs go by before she's like, I'm sorry, we're not listening to that shit. And she puts on Subhuman.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just, you could still, whoever's sitting next to him can still hear it coming faintly out, because it's coming out from underneath of his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
So he just, like, turns the volume up a little bit and drowns her music out.
So,
And he's, like, dancing in his seat.
what is Subhuman?
Subhuman is an amazing punk rock band from California that has one of the cutest lead singers that's ever been seen. They were actually headlining a show at a club that was done on a previous run by a few of us.
Okay.
And so they've kind of culturally leaked into different areas. And they are one of Dash's favorite bands. She's actually sponsored a young Japanese girl to go to their concert after her mother passed away.
After we killed her mother!
No! After her mother passed away! It was a Make-A-Wish!
We killed her
Okay.
mother!
And they were not actually from Dash. If you ask the little girl, they were tickets from her mom that she had ordered before her mom died.
Her mom was sick and dying, but Taker definitely whipped up a cocktail that murdered that woman.
So it's incredibly murky for quite some time. So it's difficult to make out much beyond the portholes. But as you near the facility, the water becomes clearer. And I'm going to ask all of you to roll perception.
Sure.
I actually probably don't love driving a submarine because it would probably be like driving a car on a very foggy road.
Mm.
You don't quite ever feel like, you know, you can't quite sink into what the fun of driving is.
For the people that got 2s, you see that this facility is a massive spire and that there are, in fact, several. Some are smaller than the others, but they may not yet be completed. They're rooted to the ocean floor, and they seem as though they're going to be capable of supporting something impressive once they're completed. With Perception 3, you notice this in addition to that, beside the facility, there seems to be a rather imposing underwater mountain range.
Oh, boy.
For those of us who got nothing, what do we see?
Sure.
You're making eyes at the cat, trying to get it to come to your lap. You might be offering it like a treat or two, and it is just paying you no mind.
That's okay, Yoshi is forever patient.
Dash kind of half-zipped herself up in the rigger cocoon because I think of it kind of like an egg that I could, like, you know, go halfway or whatever, or go all the way up to the top. Halfway undone in case the cat would like to come jump in her lap while she's driving, but I also realize that leaves me open to falling the out of the chair and just lying on the ground, unconscious.
So, what is the water? You said the water is like crystal clear down here now?
It's significantly clearer in that you can get a very good view of the facility, yeah.
That's good.
For this being cleanup facility, this water is very clear.
Wouldn't you assume it would be?
It's not finished.
Fair.
The underwater part is constructed, which may mean that some of the decontamination equipment is working. Everything that's going on above surface hasn't been finished yet. It hasn't breached the water surface yet.
Okay.
Alright, that makes sense.
Alright, sweetheart, get us in there.
I do. I try to park it. Try to get us in. Wait, where are we going into? Oh, that's a good question.
We're gonna
I
go to
try
the
to.
containment facility.
Oh yeah, one of the. Well, I know where we're going. I meant, have we located like a docking bay?
You do notice an area. It takes some looking. You do go up and down this spire, just kind of fluctuating in the water,
Right.
drifting, trying to find a docking bay.
Uh-huh.
And you do find one. It seems to be open, which isn't to say that it's not unsecured.
Right. Before we pull in, you would hear over the intercom, ladies and gentlemen, before we pull into land, let's get our story straight real quick. When we pull in and unload, why the are we here?
Water, ocean inspectors.
Ocean inspectors. Good one. Anyone else? Anyone with a brain?
Can Yoshi request that you kind of do a scan on the radio to see if, like, anybody's trying to contact us, if they've picked us up on radar?
Sure. Yeah, that would be a thing. I hadn't thought of it personally, but how would you suggest that I interpret that? Just like a tech
Mind you, at this
use?
point, she is the sub.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
anything coming in is almost like somebody speaking it to me.
Sure, I would say you've been monitoring this, and with so much going on, they haven't addressed you. In fact, when someone does come on the radio, they're a little startled that a submarine is here at all, because no sub was scheduled to show up. So yeah, you kind of hear a timid voice come on. Who is this? Who are you?
Breaker 19, this is the new security team, requesting permission to dock, please. We're here for our...
A new security team?
Yes.
You're here to replace the temps.
Yes. In fact, we are. Here to replace the temps. Are we not on the schedule? Should have been ready to receive us at 7:43. It's now 7:37, and I do not have permission to dock yet.
I go ahead and roll intimidation.
Oh, I wish I was rolling this.
Oh, don't you wish you could talk as a sea captain then? Intimidation. I
As
have
a sea captain.
2.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not. I'm
okay. Hey,
maintenance.
shh.
I
What's your name?
I'm Jamie.
Jamie.
Yeah.
Just open the door, and we'll be okay.
Oh yeah. Let me find it.
Hey Jamie, push. Remember, you have to push the button on the left first, otherwise all the water will come in. Left one first
jeez.
to make sure the lock is safe.
Oh
Then
boy. Okay. All right. No, it's fine. I got it.
Okay.
It takes a couple minutes, but you do get the all clear. Yeah. So
Nice work.
you drive the submersible right on in. Do you do anything in the sub?
I would suggest that everyone put their jackets on to hide their large
I
knife
mean-
collection.
I no longer need the scuba suit, so I'll take that back off and put the suit back
So you
on.
take your suit off, take off the scuba suit, and then you put
So
your
you
suit
get
back
completely
on.
naked in the submarine.
She's unconscious.
Sure.
As far as he knows, she's unconscious.
That's true. That's true. When he does
The lights dim down, and
Oh,
Oh.
wait! I have
Marvin
to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Burn
The screens will, I don't know, dim to give you some modesty, I suppose.
Alright.
But there is one red light blinking. What's causing it to blink? Who's to say?
Jesus
Could be the airlock, could be a camera. Nobody knows.
Alright, so you all leave the sub then.
Yes,
Yes.
with jacket on as requested by our captain.
So you pop out of your submarine, and there's a very nervous-looking elf mechanic that's waiting for you in the docking bay.
Hey, you Jamie?
Yeah, no, that's me.
Awesome. Get out the way for a second. I'm just gonna push him aside
Okay. Alright.
so that the rest of you can get out.
Oh, okay.
I get out and I loom
Oh.
menacingly,
Oh.
and I'm sure he feels a nasty vibe.
Oh. Okay.
He would probably get out next because I would get out last.
Okay.
Oh. Jeez.
And as I get out, I kind of get to the top of the ladder, I assume. I kind of click my little heels together cutely, and I say, "Jamie,
Oh yeah, that's me.
thank you so much for getting us in here, Jamie. I don't know who dropped the ball, but I will make sure that people know you were the one to help us out."
Oh, that's okay. That's really good to hear. Thanks. Did anyone want to roll perception on Jamie? So we got a 1, we got a 2.
Non.
You got
None.
4.
Non. The bread. Non.
Alright, I really don't have too much on Jamie. I mean, yeah, Jamie's an elf. He's blonde. He got them freckles. A little bit of a cutie patooed.
Oh my god.
It's quite possible that this may be one of his first weeks on the job.
Poor kid.
Yeah. He's very fresh-faced. He's standing at attention to help you guys.
Oh, I love him. I
Yeah.
could just eat him up.
No, his mechanic suit is pristine. He's been keeping it like
He goes home-
regulation creases.
Oh yeah, he goes home and launders it.
Oh, well, there's a center here
Ah.
for that. His mechanic suit has an emblem on it with writing, and it says Mayukin Inc.
Huh.
Yeah, good on you, kid. So we're looking for, God, what's the name? The lady in charge.
The boss.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can take you to her. You want to see Miss Schultz, right? Supervisor?
Yes.
Yeah, her.
Yes,
Oh.
we were
We got
sent
it.
by
Told to check in there.
we were sent by Mr. Maya Kinguchi to be her bodyguards.
Oh, well, but she has her own guards. Those are the temp guards.
We
They're
are
not.
the permanent.
Oh, okay.
We ain't no guys.
I was gonna ask you to roll bluff, but she kind of sealed that deal already, so he's already buying that you guys are the permanent guards. So
Yeah, I'm just name dropping Eden because Yoshi knows Eden, and
Yeah,
he
he does.
recognizes the logo, so he's just kind of.
oh well, he's a little big for his britches, I guess. But no, that's fine. I guess he has the authority to. Well, what do I know? Okay, yeah, no, right this way.
While we're following him, I kind of look to Yoshi like, why you can what?
I am familiar with one of the CEOs of the company.
How? The name rings a bell for me somehow.
We play Go.
Do I remember Ray's last name? Was I given that?
Yeah, I'm sure you
It's kind
probably.
of hard to forget.
I'm sure you probably would have caught it while John was freaking out about kidnapping Ray.
Yeah, because he kept saying this is the boss's brother.
Yeah.
That makes him put like 1 and 1 together. Kidnapped this dude's brother once. Yeah, it's fun. Talk about it later.
Yoshi looks offended.
Is it this bright in there? So does it have that like almost laboratory feel
That's
to
an
it?
excellent question. Why don't we roll perception on the facility? So, ones, yes, it's very bright. Anyone higher than a 1, it is a very clean, I don't want to describe it as futuristic, but it's a very clean, futuristic facility.
Mm-hmm.
Right now you're just walking through hallways. Yeah, you might pass a couple of labs, but equipment hasn't come in yet. Right now they're still just working on building the place.
So it's like that very clean, white, like sterile looking.
Extremely sterile, very sleek.
I'm gonna say that he gets a little bit anxious,
Okay.
and you can hear like a little like very tiny motors, because it's probably super quiet other than our footsteps in here, right?
It's pretty quiet. Like off in the distance, you can hear some construction going on.
Okay.
And in fact, Perception 4 in particular, you hear like boisterous chattering in Japanese.
Okay, I don't know Japanese, so.
Okay.
But you'd hear that, and maybe like, I don't know what a finger blade coming out would sound like. But if anybody's ever heard that, you would probably recognize it. As he's just kind of fiddling with one. He's probably got his helmet under his cloak, under one arm. And he's doing this with the other arm, and his finger blades, as he bends it in, will shoot out and shoot back in.
Alright.
He's just trying to occupy himself.
So
also,
like metallic tinkling.
yeah.
Okay.
And he's
So crinkle tinkles.
he's not super plussed about being in like a lab again.
He's just making small talk with you while he walks with you. He explains like, oh well, Remy's probably in her office now, so that's that's where I figure I'll take you guys. I mean, I can always radio her, but more often than not, she's doing her job and overseeing what she's supposed to be seeing.
Yeah, sounds good.
So like, how long have you guys been with the company? You're not really wearing regulation uniform.
We're specialists. We only got two.
Contract workers.
Oh, okay.
Not exactly corporate. Most of us wouldn't really make it in the corporate world, if you know what I mean.
Seems kind of odd.
We're given special leeway.
Oh, well, okay. I understand Mr. Maya Kinguchi does like to give out that special
He does.
leeway to his favorites. So, no, fine.
You just
How
get
long
a
have-
text.
how long
to
have you
speak
worked
for
here?
yourself.
Well, I mean, I worked for the company for 2 years. I've been here for, like, last 3 weeks. Don't know what I did. I mean, no, it's fine. So,
Wait, what?
I mean, yeah, it looks great and everything, but, I mean, who really wants to be down here? Like, I can't talk to half the guys. Like, I mean, more than half of maintenance is just robots, which, I mean, yeah, I like to win a game of chess every now and then. I mean, it kind of takes the fun out of it. And then all the temporary security guys, they're all Japanese. I don't speak any Japanese. I realize I'm kind of on the out here. I know how popular the language is. I've just had a terrible time learning languages.
And saying Japanese is not that difficult to learn.
I
Kind of just like rubs his head.
And I say in
frustratedly.
Japanese also to you. Looks like you're gonna shine here.
Oh, jeez.
I whisper. I say. I once too was dropped in situation where I did not speak the language. It took me months to learn the language.
Yeah, like no one's really requested this job. No one, like, I don't think anyone particularly wanted to be here. It's just construction. We're not really doing that much right now. But
how
Do you have any other jobs ever? What are you good at?
oh,
What can you do?
I like to build things. I can design things.
what's your dream?
Well, I kind of want to be like boss's right hand man someday. I got good ideas. I thought I was gonna impress him, and my boss said like the designs that I put forward, like they were good, and he was gonna learn my name, Jamie. But I mean, shortly after that, I don't know. My boss got a promotion. I got sent out here.
What do you design, Jamie? You like an engineer? Are you an architect?
A little bit of A, a little bit of B, right?
When we're done here with what we're doing, I'm gonna give you an address You can meet me there. We'll talk about maybe seeing if you can find some places you fit better.
Oh, okay. No, that. All right. So it's about this time that you guys are really like rounding the last corner on your way to the office, and you see a couple of guards, and without rolling perception, you can immediately deduce that they're guards just because they're wearing a very similar uniform to him, but instead of it being fabricy, it seems to be made out of like some kind of like plastics. It's some kind of light armor.
Okay.
It has the same logo, the same text on it. These two individuals aren't the same boisterous voices as before. However, they are having a conversation, and it is in Japanese.
Okay.
What did they say?
They're talking about the Seattle Bank and Trust interviews. No.
Do they have any strong opinions on whether or not they agree with the Seattle Bank and Trust interviews?
One of them feels that it kind of went off the rail, and the other one's like, no, you just don't understand. There is a conspiracy.
Yes.
Hey, Jamie. I think we can take it from here, as you basically take us to the place, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Go hang out in the lounge area. We'll probably meet you there a bit later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're gonna need you to get the door back open eventually, like when the next run of guards that we're replacing goes back out. It's probably gonna take the sub.
Oh, all right. Yeah. No. Sure. I'll just
Oh, and I'm gonna like take him real quick. And between you and me, this place may not last too long. I fear the figures are pretty bad, so we're just kind of checking in and see what's going on. It's kind of like a secret thing. Just don't tell nobody and just get ready for us, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right, thanks, kid.
Yeah. No. I'll just be in the lounge.
As a
Alright.
good kid, I slip him a 10.
Oh, all right. Thank you,
My
sir.
God.
He's terribly in debt, but yeah, he's got money to spend.
All right. So as you approach Rennie's office, the two guards notice you and freeze.
You got this, Yosh?
One of them screams.
Screams?
Screams.
Yoshi just
Like
kind
scared?
Like terrified.
Yoshi kind of ducks his head.
And books it down the hall.
What the
I don't know. I'm
Hey!
She genuinely looks around
This
like
is why you
like,
don't hire
who's got
temporary
who's got a big
security.
weapon out? Like who's
She looks around, he's completely covered.
Yoshi,
I don't even got a gun.
The other one raises his gun and demands that you people stop where you are.
I mean, if he's got his gun up, I've got my gun up.
Okay.
Yoshi kind of holds an arm out as like a staying motion. So he's Japanese. I know that.
Yeah.
Does he look a little rough around the edges?
I mean, they have helmets on.
Oh, they have.
Does she
helmets
notice a neck tattoo, maybe?
You know, that's a really good point. And these suits, they really haven't gone through too many redesigns. So there's no like collar on the uniform or armor to necessarily protect the neck. So, I mean,
It was a
I
mistake.
guess I would say, sure, there's a neck tattoo.
on? Is it one that Yoshi might recognize
With
with knowledge Yakuza? That I am sure I have. I just never wrote down.
I was gonna say it would have to depend on what your knowledge was, how many points you had in it.
Did you even do? You guys never do your knowledges.
Yeah.
Totally
Then
forgot.
you-
But Yoshi was a part of the Yakuza, so
Exactly.
he would have at least a 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say we'll just run on that assumption that, I mean, he's at least a ruffian.
Okay. Well, Yoshi's not a dumb. He's not a dumb.
You get one hit on your knowledge roll, you know him as Yakuza. No, you have an inkling that something's wrong because this is a very odd reaction.
Well, okay, they're Japanese. He has a neck tattoo, and one of them screamed when.
They might at least know your reputation as the butcher.
Okay, so Yoshi's going to say in Japanese. I'm going to roll an intimidate. That if he is not quiet and if he does not leave immediately, he knows who I am and he knows what I will do to him. That is a 5.
I presume the faint smell of urine fills the hallway.
Oh, I forgot to roll 2 more. No, that doesn't help.
So, with your 5, your intimidate is so convincing that he lowers his gun. It's strapped around him. He lowers his gun, and he slowly puts his hands up and just starts backing away and down the hallway Just
I will
keeps walking.
I will mean mug him until he rounds the corner.
Yep. Nope. Keeps walking. Keeps his eyes on you. Doesn't trust you, and keeps moving
And
slowly backwards.
and he'll kind of turn. This is mostly to Dash because he doesn't really know you guys, and he goes, "I perhaps have a reputation among the Yakuza."
I've never seen it.
Does this mean origin story time?
Well, it probably could, except that Remy opens the door because there was just very loud screaming outside. Kind of sees something in the hallway, but first looks to her guards and realizes they're not there, and then takes a second look at the individuals in the hallway. Yeah, no, and just closes the door.
I'm gonna kind of run up to the door and knock on the door real fast and say, but Remy, but what? We have a fishing trip to go on with Grandpapa, and I'm gonna try to kick it open.
All right.
I will assist in the kicking of the open.
Actually, it's probably, but Remy, great Grandpa, we've taken him on our fishing trip, and then I wave toward the door.
4 to make this door my bitch in the most zen way possible.
Yeah. You do hit the door, and you put a crack in the door. However, it is a very solid door. So
Can I intimidate the door?
You can't. However, you can very clearly hear an alarm begin to blare.
Alright, kids, move aside.
Yoshi will step aside.
We'll do a...
Just very softly right before your spell goes off, you just hear very quietly, light on fire.
So there's gonna be we'll go with Force 6. Fireball coming out. I'm gonna pop this bitch open.
Alright, so your fireball hits the door. I would like you to describe what happens.
So he cracks his knuckles, looks to the cat that's just hanging, nods, kind of goes back and just hurls something. It looks like it's almost like a small flash. There's nothing, and then an explosion at the door.
Okay.
And it just goes flying into the room, I imagine, from the concussion.
Alright. Yeah, I would say you hit it with so much force that, yeah, not only does it go flying into the room, but because Yoshi had done so much damage to it initially, it splits in half and goes flying into the room, and there are scorch marks on the outside of the door on this pristine white surface now.
Alright, let's give chase.
Yoshi will go in.
Alright, well, if Yoshi's just going in, then Yoshi roll perception. Alright, Yoshi, when you walk in, it's a very nicely decorated office. Well, I mean, it was before the two halves of the door kind of went. Were you going to ask something?
How does the feng shui feel?
It's actually super zen. There is a little bonsai tree on the desk. It's very neatly trimmed, like meticulously so.
I'm taking that.
Oh, okay. Sticky fingers, Yosh.
I stole a cat. What do you want from me?
All right. You pocket the bonsai tree.
Oh.
And then I guess for everyone who had more than 2, the walls are almost entirely covered with bookshelves. There seems to be just quite a number of books. A lot of it seems to have to do with oceanography. It seems like this individual was probably appropriately picked for this job. The back wall, however, is entirely glass, and it's just a view out into the ocean.
Cool.
Yep.
Is she in here?
With a 4 perception, you might hear a quiet thud underneath the desk.
So, I'm going to walk in, putting my helmet on.
Yeah.
I hear the quiet thud under the desk. I'm just going to lean over the desk with my mask. I'd come out if you don't want me to have fun.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Yeah. No. I'm coming out.
What's she look like?
She's a dwarf. She does have attractive features. She's brunette. She has her hair kind of pulled back in a very professional bun. And she is professionally dressed.
Alright, Short Stack, we're gonna need you to come with us.